by gaining new skills, responsibilities, and opportunities that move you closer to your long-term goals. So career growth is like you are advancing in the skills you are acquiring, in the responsibilities you have. I'm sure many of us don't like that responsibility part. The truth is, you cannot said to be growing if you're not growing in the kind of responsibilities that are committed into your hands. What shows that a child is growing is that the child can now start to handle, bigger things. There are house chores that we cannot ask Oba to handle. Jonathan will handle them better because he's actually grown. There are things in my house that if I want it done perfectly, I will not give Okoluwa to wash an oily bowl for me. You know what it takes to wash an oily bowl? Because after washing, and then you touch the bowl, you will see oil. So I would rather ask Ayoluwa to handle that. So as you grow, it's also applicable in career. You must move from entry-level tasks to more complex and strategic roles to show that you are advancing, you're growing in your career. So this belief that owo pupo ise kekere, or how did they say it? Ise kekere owo nla. Ise kekere, that means you don't want more responsibilities. Meanwhile, you want more money. It is not applicable in career growth, because career growth is not just about promotions. It's not just about raising your salary. It's not just about making more money. It's not just about, okay, want to increase salary. No, that's not what career growth it's all about. Career growth is about continuous development, adaptability. You're building a fulfilling career path, and then you are expanding your influence. You are expanding your influence. So recently, I put it on my status. So many people saw that I just got an award. The award was actually Long Service Award. One of my junior colleagues said to me and said, this is not just about Long Service Award. This is about the impact you have made in our lives. And she said, particularly mine, you have made a great impact in my life. And that message actually made more sense to me than the plaque that they gave me or the certificates that they gave me. So it was fulfilling to hear that lives are impacted as I am growing in my career. So basically, career growth is not just what you do to increase your take home or what you do because you are promoted, but that you're gaining new skills, you are advancing in taking more responsibilities, and you have more opportunities that actually move you closer to your long-term goals. Okay, so I said career growth actually means progression in responsibilities. Career growth is not just an event that happens, that, like all those social media break, that, can you see the number of likes? It breakthrough. That's not actually career growth. Career growth is not just luck. Career growth is something you work on. It's intentional. It's something you work on intentionally, that yes, I want to actually grow in my career. And don't forget that I said that while you're growing, you must expand your influence. You must make impact. That's what actually shows that you're growing. Okay, so I want us to open our Bibles. I want to show us something. So I said career growth means progression in responsibilities. So I want us to open to Genesis 41, chapter 41, verse 33. Genesis chapter 41, verse 33. Okay, Media, can I have that? So, now, therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Okay, so we know this story. It was when Pharaoh had a dream, and then they had to go and fetch Joseph to come and interpret the dream. And then Joseph was now telling Pharaoh what's next to be done. Joseph said, let Pharaoh look out a man that is discreet and wise. Thank God we are in this seminar to be wise. So, and set him over the land of Egypt. So somebody that is coming to be set over the land of Egypt, is that a drop in the person's responsibility? Do you have an idea of what the land of Egypt looks like? Because when we talk about Joseph, they brought him from prison to palace, we don't actually focus on the responsibilities that were assigned to Joseph. So, he grew in his career, right? But he had more responsibility. So I want you to settle it in your mind that if you are considering career growth, then you are considering progression in responsibilities. Don't be fooled by thinking that I can actually do better if I work less. And then, or in your offices, I'll be where God has placed you, then you start dodging responsibilities. Like, if they need to do something and they're looking for who to do it, you're nowhere to be found. Of course, we know them. We know people that actually dodge responsibilities. And we know people that they are always willing to take on additional responsibilities. When we do appraisal in my office, there is an header that you have to score the appraisee willingness to take up additional responsibilities. So many people actually score low. Those people that dodge responsibility. So it's part of what actually form your appraiser, your willingness to take up additional responsibilities. So it's there. So please, don't let us feel that once I am saddled with more responsibility, is it only me? And then your response will now be to call in sick. I want you to note that when recommendations are to be made, your bosses, your supervisors will consider those ones. But if there's a Christian, but what you do is just to check responsibilities, dodge responsibilities, you don't just want to do more. I don't want to be assigned more. I have enough. You don't want to. You cannot grow like that. So when you go to the world and they said, increase your visibility, let them know you, let them know you. Let me tell you, the Christian way to do it is to take up additional responsibilities. That is how to increase your visibility. That is how your supervisor will actually countenance that, this person is doing well. So that's progression in responsibility. So this may mean moving from entry-level tasks to more complex strategic roles. You can imagine when I joined the bank 20 years ago, if it's still the same duty I'm doing after 20 years, they would have sacked me since. Because as you progress, if you are not adding value, there is no need for you in that place. So You must know that if I must grow in my career, I must take up responsibilities. I must progress in the kind of okay, so I have some tasks in the office, like having to do with Excel, working with Excel, sorting different large files. So I have some people that are very good, that they know how to sort it. And I know, so if I have that kind of duty, exercise to do, I call on, okay, please come and help me with this file. And then she takes it up. And then in her appraiser, I also notice that, okay, this person does this. So, but I also have a guy that knows how to do it. But, oh, mama, you me by I'm coming, ma. I'm coming, ma. I'm coming, ma. And I need to work with time. So, progression in responsibility is what career growth actually means. I also said that gaining new skills. So, skill enhancement. You have to grow in your skills acquisition. You cannot remain like this and then expect to grow in your career. You have to grow in your skills acquisition. You must see the passage that we read. He said, look out for a man that is discreet, that is wise. Nobody gives opportunity to somebody that does not have any skill. You put yourself in an employer's shoe and you need something to be done. Are you just going to take somebody, and then the person is not coming to add value to the system that you are building? So, and you see, this generation, you really have access to many things that you can capitalize on. So I don't know what will be stopping us from actually enhancing our skills. You can work on your different skills, communication skills, digital skills, leadership skills. There are trainings and seminars that you can take just to enhance yourself, just to enhance your skill. So it's not just that the same way you have been employed, Abi, the same way you started your business, that's the same way you're continuing. I will use the example of Sister Shemfumi as an entrepreneur that is actually doing so well. Several times she has come to tell me that she has to go for another training. Okay, please pay for adverts. You pay me. Okay, so she knows how to make bags, right? But do you know that she still goes for trainings? There was one she went for like a month, right? For like a month. I was even like, so what will happen to your shop? She said there's a system in place. She had to go and acquire better skills so that she will be better. Many of us, once we learn it small like this, we are okay. We will not be complaining of low patronage. We'll be complaining that we are not growing. Nothing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The same method that you have learned is the same thing you know. There's no growth. There's no enhancement. There's no improvement. It's just there. No. There's no way career growth will happen that way. As we go into this new year, I want you to be intentional about growth. Growth in all areas of your life. As you grow spiritually, do not neglect your career. Make decisive steps to improve your skills. What do you want to learn? What else do I want to add? You can take up skills, technical skills, soft skills that expand your capabilities. See, it's only the problem solvers that can grow in their career. If you don't have anything you are doing for me, I don't need you. Nobody needs a liability. Nobody needs somebody that will just come and then you just come and clog the wheel of progress. So please, I want us to be challenged to Take on skills. Enhance your skills. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to do things on the system. Learn how to use AI. Learn how to problem-solving skills. Just grow. Just learn more. Just know more. See, the world is vast. And my people, I tell you, there's more. I don't want you to be closed where you are and then believe that this is all I can be. Who says? Who told you that? There is more. God is vast. There is more that God can actually do through you. So don't just fold your hands and sit back and then be doing like 2025, otito by 2026. So many of us will still not do anything. We'll still come 2026 like this, and nothing would have been added to us. No skills, no certification, no exams, nothing, no books. How many books will you read as we go into 2026? How many courses will you take to enhance? You just have to be in the know. You just have to be in the know. You cannot just sit back and then just wait for everything to just pass through you and then do like, Nigeria, you Oda. Nigeria, Oda, young guys are progressing in their career. Young guys, I'm not talking about Yahoo boys. I'm not a fancy of those Yahoo boys. Career growth is not a sudden wealth. Career growth is not doing Yahoo. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who do legitimate things to grow because of the skills they have acquired for themselves. So please, make sure you do that. Then, another thing that career growth actually means is your personal fulfillment. There is this way you align your career with your values. The fact that you are a banker and that you are in marketing does not mean you should sleep with customers to get deposits. See, if you feel that everybody that works in a bank, I'm talking from experience, if you feel that everybody that gets to the top is because they sleep with their supervisors or because they sleep with their clients, it's a lie. There are Christians that are doing it right and they are getting it. So there must be a way to align the fact that everybody in your office is opening their cleavages to attract clients. The fact that everybody in your office is opening their bum to a client, that's the same thing you should do to grow. No, that's earthly wisdom. That's earthly wisdom. If you feel that, you also have to use their style to also get growth, get promotion, get this. That is earthly wisdom, and it doesn't work for a child of God. So you must have fulfillment. They know in my office, there are things I will not do. Like, there are things you must let them know your values. They know that, okay, so we had an anniversary, the bank's anniversary, and they invited some of us, but the groups, the main dinner, and then they called one after party. So they actually also issued tickets for after party. So I was nominated in my office to actually go for that event, for the dinner. So if you go for the dinner, you also have the opportunity of staying back for the after party. You can imagine what happens at the after party. First of all, so, but when people heard that I was going for the dinner, everybody was like, oh, we should go for after party too. Everybody, all of them believe that I will never go for the after party. But curiously, I just wanted to know, so I stayed back. When the after party started, I stayed back. Oh God, I left. They were making just some question. They were just singing, kini. You know, you have to let people know that you have values. Not like because everybody is doing it and you feel that that's the way to grow. Then you also compromise. You compromise yourself, you compromise your faith, you compromise the prayers of your parents, and then you just do anything to get promoted or to get to the top. That's not how to grow in your career as a child of God. So, to grow professionally, you have to focus. I said career growth also means that there will be more opportunities. Yes. As you acquire skills, as you take on more responsibilities, there will be opportunities. There will be opportunities. Sorry. Thank you. So, there will be opportunities for you. There have been many instances that personally, my husband got calls from people to say, there's an opening here, oh. There's an opportunity for somebody to fill this space. Oh. But you know, we'll just look around. We will not see anybody that is fitting for the role. Just because people are not advancing in their skills development, you will rack your brain. You'll be like, who can we send to them? Whoa. Recently, we still got a call that, there's this opportunity. We will not see anybody. Because what they are asking for, my people are not having those things. My people are laid back. My people are not, developing skills, doing certifications. They are not trying. They just want to be like they've always been. And it's painful. So we will now look around though in the church, in the ministry, in the fellowship. Recently, we even had to call Pastor Dayo, right? My husband called you recently for an opening somewhere. But because, please, as we're going into 2026, I need you to take it upon yourself that I'm going to do better for myself. I want to be wise for myself. And so, decide, be intentional. Decide to say, okay, I'm going to do this certification. Many people graduated as accounting students, and then they are not even trying to do ICANN. How will you leave school as an accounting student? You're not even trying to put in for your ICANN and then progress like that. And then there's an opportunity to say, there's an opening here, but ICANN. In short, there was one time there was an opportunity like that in my office. It was only the period of JAPA. Many people left the system, so there were openings. Usually there's a department, our control department, is only the chartered accountants that they put there. So that period, they just opened the window. They said, you must not have been chartered. You must just have started your ICANN. You know, some people, do you know how many times they actually attempt before they pass the ICANN? But this particular call was like, it doesn't matter whether you are chartered now or not, but you must have started. That means you have ICANN in view, you have started. That was how they asked all of them to send in their application, and then they just moved all of them to the audit department. So from there, with their experience, that's when they now completed their ICANN. Some of them now moved. With ICANN, we used to give them this honor that these people are chartered. But some people actually got into that place just because they already started and there was an opening. There will always be opportunities. Why have you not started your own? What are you doing? What are you waiting for? You said there's no money, and yet you're changing your wardrobe. How many times have you bought Ankara this year? Hey? Please do better for yourself. You have to be wise for yourself. Recently, too, in my office, there was an opportunity that they just opened. There is this cadre of staff that's like they've been on one level for years. So, like they just opened the book of remembrance. And these people, they've always been lamenting, complaining. They have forgotten us. They have forgotten. So, a book of remembrance was opened for the unit. They said, okay, every one of you that has progressed in your academics or in your study, that you have earned maybe a degree or your HND, please bring them forward. How many people did it in your branch? One person. Out of like how many people? 7K. The security call out of like maybe like 20. And this set of people will sit back, lament. Hey, they are not considering us. They now say, okay, bring your certificates now. Because you've been in this bank for years, it is expected that you would have been doing something for yourself. So what have you added? When you were employed as OND graduates. Now they are saying, okay, so now bring your certificates. If you have done your HND, if you have done your BSc, bring your certificates. Maybe there will be an upgrade soon. How many of them were able to bring? In my branch, maybe we had, because there are more in my branch, maybe like out of like 45, maybe like 6 were able to bring something additional. Because we just sit back, lament, complain that we are not growing, but we are not doing anything to help ourselves. Okay, so if you want to grow professionally and in your career this year, I will just highlight some of these things that we have to do. Set clear goals. Set clear goals. That's the first thing. Set clear goals. Many of us, we don't have any focus, no goals, nothing. You just want to just get a job. Salary. There's nothing you want to do. You have to set goals. Are you going to start your master's? Are you considering that? Do you want to take a professional course? Now, they are talking about tax. Even me, I have been trying to see how I can get certified with tax. Do you know what tax is going to do from next year? Are some people thinking like, I want to actually learn more about this thing? How did they get certified as tax consultants? Are people thinking like that already? What are you going to do to position yourself such that you're needed? Not just like a liability. Tax is going to change many things next year. They've been giving us orishirishi. You can imagine if you know what it really means. And then we invite you like this, come and talk to us about tax. And then you come. I'm sure the envelope them Sister Grace will be giving you will be very fat. Like that. But nobody is thinking of, we just want to sit back. We are not curious about learning new things. And that's why we are not growing. So as we go into 2026, please set clear goals. And I'm sure we have all learned how goals should be. We know about SMART goals. So you have to be specific. Don't be general. You set SMART goals. What do I want to do? Okay, I have done my whole handy. You can progress. Do something as you go this year. It's a skill I am learning. I have learned how to do this thing, but I have not perfected it. I am going to learn how to sew better. I am going to learn how to use technology to do this. Be specific in the goals you're setting. If you are general about it, you will not get anything done. So if you want to be wise for yourself, as we go into that new year, please let your goals be specific. Let it be measurable. Let it be measurable. Don't do what you know that, oh, this is not possible. Yes, I know we walk by faith and not by sight, but don't deceive yourself. Don't say that, okay, 2026 now, 2025 by saying, oh, and in the by 2026 December, I must have finished my master's. You know, they play here now. So, please, make sure that the kind of goals that you're setting, you can actually measure it. Let it be achievable. Let it be relevant. And put a time. If you leave it open, see, time is going low. And there's nobody, actually. God will keep us. All of us will still be here for rivers of life. People that would have done something for themselves, they will be here. People that will come with their excuses, they will be here. So please, let us maximize the moment. Let us create smart goals that will help us to create actionable steps. And then we motivate you to track your progress. If you are, recently, my husband was able to defend his master's project. And you needed to know how fulfilling it was for us. I've been on master's learning. But you know the fact that it was achieved. Anytime you set a goal and you are able to achieve it, there's fulfillment. There's this joy that you feel. There's this, oh, yes, I can do this. I can do this. And then it gives you, you know, that urge. You're encouraged. You are motivated to. Now, my husband, PhD, the Sheku now, happy. Okay, so you have to keep doing that. Don't just fold your hands and believe that because we are Christians, it cannot happen for us like that. No, there is more. There is more. So the second thing to grow in your career and professional, the first one I said, you set clear goals. The second one is that you seek continuous learning. Seek continuous learning. You invest in your education by taking courses, you attend workshops, you earn certification that is relevant to your field. Continuous learning not only enhances your skills, but also demonstrates your commitment to professional growth. If there are certifications that you can just do them in your field. In your field. Continuous learning. Not like I have learned. Learning is continuous. Anybody that feels that I've learned it all, the person has stopped growing. If you feel that there's nothing else to learn, you have stopped growing. There's no more growth for that person. So you must seek continuous learning. You must ask questions, seek continuous learning. The next thing to grow is you embrace feedback and criticism. There's something about this generation. They don't like to be corrected. They don't like it. Even in wise life, we have seen that if you must be wise, you must love correction. You must love it. So there's nobody that grows, whether in life or you grow in your career or you grow anywhere without taking to correction. Gen Z, I have many of them around me. There was one day, one of them did something stupid. I gave him a query. In his response, honestly, thank God for Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh God. Honestly, ọjọ́ yẹn iṣẹ́ ò bá tán ni o. In his response to his query, he was arrogant. He was defending his stupidity. I was angry. I was like, ow. And he's a brother. He's actually a brother in church. So I told him, I said, is this how you want to continue? So I have noticed something with this generation. If you correct them, and then they avoid you. If you tell them that, this is wrong. One of them recently was taking a training in my office. And, she just made mention of the fact that when our supervisors want to correct us, we need them to be gentle with us. Because sometimes when they correct us like that, we feel somehow. I just shook my head. She even mentioned my name in the training, Sha. I just shook my head for them. See, there's no growth for somebody that does not embrace feedback and criticism. You cannot grow. The moment we start seeing it as somebody is witch-hunting me, you are stalling your growth. You are stalling your growth. You must be open. There are people who know this thing better than you do. You must be open to criticism. You must learn how to accept constructive criticism as a valuable tool for improvement. Being open to feedback from colleagues and supervisors can help you identify areas of growth and enhance your performance. If they tell you, you don't snap, you have a customer and your customer is complaining that aṣọ tẹ́ bá mi rán last time yẹn, mi like ibẹ̀ ṣe ọrùn ẹ̀yẹn ò lè, and you're telling your customer, kò lè ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ o lè pa bó ṣe pẹ́ alẹ́ mi ò kò lè lè, and you are arguing with your customer. Will that person come back to you? He will not come back now. You will now come to church, you go to Orioke. Patronage to drop. Báwo ni patronage ò ṣe ní drop? So please, everywhere, as children in the home, you embrace corrections if you have to grow. As children, when your parents say, oh, this is it, this is how you should do it, you should embrace it. You should accept it. Not like you'll be getting angry. And when I was young, when they ask you to go and buy something, you bring it to the house now. And ewé dùn ṣe wá rọ̀ báyìí, lọ́dà padà. How many of you enjoy that kind of lọ́dà padà? Hey, lọ́dà padà kẹ́. Ó mà dàbí pé fẹ́ bá rẹ́pù àjẹ́ lójú àwọn tó ń tewé dùn ni. Pé yóò mọ̀ṣẹ́ dùn ní. Lọ́dà kí ni padà? You will not be going. You will be going. I remember my mom would say that. Ẹjẹ́ ò fi rí lọ. Tó bá bínú lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa tètè padà dé. Tó bá lọ pleasurably, tó bá rí hands, ó máa wo hands. Tó bá ìyẹn máa jẹ́ pẹ́ bọ̀. Bó ṣe bínú lọ yẹn, kéékèèké ló máa bínú lọ, ó máa tètè gbé ìmìjẹ. Some of us, we don't like it. I hated that lọ́dà padà thing. So we must learn to embrace feedback and criticism. The fourth thing is to build strong professional relationships. You see, if you must grow, networking is actually very crucial. No one grows alone. You must build strong professional relationships. There are people who have done it and they are doing well. So you can borrow from their experience. You don't have to, go through everything they went through. You can stay on their shoulders and then, you start from there. So engage with colleagues. Of course, you join professional organizations to connect with like-minded individuals. Networking is actually good for your career growth. But you know that as a Christian, you have to watch and be sure that, like Pastor Judah was saying, that all those ministers networking, most of them, they're actually lies. So you have to actually watch. You must know your values. You must know when to say no. There's wisdom in saying no. It's not everything they bring to your table because, it's our network. You must be firm with your no. Once you know that this one contradicts the word of God. But of course, that doesn't mean that you should not network. If you must grow in your career and your profession, you must build strong network. The next one is that you find a mentor. You have to learn from seniors. You have to find people that can provide guidance, that can support you, that can give you insight based on their own experiences. Just find a mentor that you talk to. I'm about to take on this course. What do you think, sir? Should I continue? Will it be find somebody that can help you, that can also check to be sure that what you said you will do, you are doing it. The energy is usually high in January. This year, we must all blow. Amashe, we'll do this. But by the time we progress into the year, morale. Your morale will not be low this coming year. The wisdom of God will power you all through the year. Okay, so then another thing is you must manage your time effectively. That's very critical. That is affecting us, this generation. What we do with our time. See, if we don't do skills enhancement, 24 hours, 1 month, if you stay on your phone, scrolling TikTok, checking reels, the day we break, the day we set, Abi, how do they put it now? So, if you stay on your phone doing nonsense, ilẹ̀ máa ṣú, ilẹ̀ tún máa mọ́, right? If you do something profitable, it will be to your advantage. So this year, one of the resolutions that I need us to make as we go into 2026 is that I want to manage my time effectively. Enough of doing nonsense, watching àwọn èèyàn tí àwọn èèyàn máa sọ pé àwọn ń grow nínú career àwọn ni, watching nonsense, and you are just there laughing. Pastor Judah cracked me up. Saying, that's what some people will use all their time to do, 2026. And that's why those people, they are not relenting. Oríṣiríṣi dances náà ń gbé wá, so that you will watch that. Tó bá ti lọ, àtórí mi, oríṣiríṣi styles, oríṣiríṣi. See, if you allow that thing to actually determine how you're going to spend your time, if you spend your time anyhow, that means you are spending your life anyhow. So please, I need us to manage our time effectively. Effective time management allows you to maximize productivity and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ work-life balance la fẹ́ maintain, fine. It's pleasure-life balance la ní issue pẹ̀lú o. Pleasure ni o. Pleasure ni problem wa ní generation yìí o. We don't know how to balance pleasure and when it is time to work, when it is time to live. All we want to use our time for is pleasure. So please, I need us to manage our time effectively as we go into this new year to grow in our career. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is your adaptability and your open-mindedness. You have to stay adaptable and be open-minded. Cultivate a growth mindset. Don't be closed. Don't be closed. Don't believe that it is not possible. If they tell you there's another way to sew bag, don't say, brand KLC. There can't be a better way. There cannot be a better way. Don't be closed. Have an open mind that is willing, that is open to learning. There are different ways of doing things. Don't be like, oh, no. When we had purpose garments, when we were running it, Brotumishe, is he here? He's not in the house. So, of course, he was already a professional. But it got to a time, he had to submit to another person. I was there that day. He was telling me that, this person is using another method. Though. That person came around to show him how to cut, how to sew. The same thing that he has been doing. And he was like, it was wild. It was like, oh, wow. So there's another way. And of course, he learns from that person. Don't be just like it's one method and then you are fine. So please, let us be open. Let us cultivate a growth mindset. You're open to new ideas, new experiences. Don't think that God cannot blow your mind and then you're just like in your cubicle, just here. There is more. All this torokobo idea. There is more. There is more. Okay? So, I also want to talk about our work ethics and character as for this generation. See, if you have to grow, there are these work ethics that you have to imbibe. The first one is integrity. I think Pastor was talking about it. Yes, it's the integrity. You must be a man of your word. If you're given an assignment and you say to turn it in by this time, deliver. If you have promised your customer that I'm going to deliver this, deliver. There's something that happened to us yesterday even. One of our people abroad contacted somebody to come and deliver Christmas good for us. First of all, they wasted time. Eventually, when they came, they did not bring the complete thing that they told the person that they were going to deliver. They didn't bring it completely. Now, the man actually told me that he was coming back yesterday. He didn't come. They said he will come today. Ayolu, have they come today? They've not come. That's how will that person grow? So if I give a feedback to this person that these people that you commissioned to do this delivery job, they didn't do well. First of all, they didn't deliver on time. Second, they didn't deliver. This person must have paid them for what to deliver. Because the man actually told me that he was coming with the item. He didn't come. He has not shown up today. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, nǹkan tó fẹ́ fún mi. Ṣé màá máa sin èèyàn tó wà láàbọ̀dù ni pé wọ́n máa ti gbé wá? Kí ni kí n ṣe ẹjọ́ advice mi? They paid you to deliver something. You have not delivered. And that is how some of us, you will just keep. I'm sure the person saw them online. They would have put up, we deliver, we do this, all those sweet talking, we do this. Now to deliver now, it's an issue. So how many times do we also promise our customers and fail? How many times do you tell lies in your office just to cover up something? How many times you're fine because you need to attend an Owambe, you call in sick? That's not having integrity. So integrity is one of the key work ethics that you must have. The second one is punctuality. Punctuality. You don't know that you are being watched. You are being watched. That every day you clock in later than the time you should clock in. And then when they are recommending people for, okay, maybe promotions or raises, you also want to be part. And yet, of course, in our appraiser, there is punctuality there too. As a supervisor, I tell my colleagues in the office, when they come up with all those their stupid excuses why they come late, especially the ones that are not married, the ones that don't even take their children to school, I tell them, I am married. This morning, I have cooked for my husband before leaving the house. I cooked for my children. I prepared my children for school. I dropped them in school before coming to work. And I still got here before you. What's your excuse? Do you know what happens? They will watch movie, titi doru. They will now wake up late. They will now report for duty late. Is it not annoying? And you want to grow in your career. Movie that is not adding any value. Movie that is making you to have double mind. A movie that is not moving you anywhere. One day, one told me that she watched a movie till 2 a.m. And so she now woke up late. And then you expect me to just take that. How? As how now? Another work ethics that you have to imbibe is discipline. You must be disciplined. You must be disciplined. Don't be loose. Be disciplined. Don't be loose everywhere you are. Every time. Everybody knows that if some people are shouting there, Sister Kini ni ring leader one, go and check them. You are not moderated. You're not disciplined. Be disciplined. It's part of the work ethics that you have to imbibe. Then, teachability. Be teachable. You met some people there. Be teachable. You met some people there. Be teachable. Don't just believe that you know it all. That's why they were asking us, how many of us lack wisdom? And then some of us were feeling like, you lack wisdom. Emi gan know me because emi gan mo pe mo lack wisdom. Be teachable. The first step to getting wisdom is to actually know that you need it. But if you have this attitude of, I know it all, you cannot grow. Because people will actually see that, ọmọ yẹn ò gbádùn o, kò gbádùn. Ẹ má tẹ́ bá commit more into his hands, ó máa fail yín, ọmọ yẹn tí ó gbádùn. So, just like the Bible says, you see a man that is faithful in little, more will be committed. Because this faithful man is open to learning, is teachable. You ask questions. How is this one done? How is this one done? It's responsibility that actually helped me in my office. When I joined, I was in Lagos, I had a supervisor that was lazy, sorry to say. And so this, my supervisor, will push me to everything. It will push me to everything. In fact, in my office, you also notice, maybe if you have gone to some supermarket, you see them calling, food no, they don't use override. Intervention. They say intervention. Okay, so in my office, is override, we call it. So if your subordinate is working a transaction, there are limits set. So for your level, this is how much you can do. If it is higher than that, then you need a supervisor to actually override that transaction. So you have your own right, system right, to be able to do that transaction. My boss that I was working with was so lazy that I would have a transaction. Instead for him to use his own right to override this transaction, he would give me his password to override my own transaction. I don't know if you understand what that means. Okay, so before you use your password, for instance, let me just cite a practical example. You have a customer that walks in that wants to do a transfer of 5 million naira. You're moving from your account to another account in another bank. The processing staff cannot do 5 million because it's above the person's limit. So the processing staff calls the supervisor and says, this person is moving 5 million. Please come and override it. So before you put your password to authorize that transaction, you're supposed to check to be sure that the processing staff is not putting the account number of her husband or his wife as the beneficiary. Do you get? You have to be sure that this transfer is going to where you should go to. You have to check just to be sure that, okay, before I put my password, because once you put your password, you are liable. You are responsible for that transaction. So I had a boss that instead of checking and doing all of that, it will not do. It will give me his password. So I will do the posting. I will do the authorization. So I, through that, I learned many things. Anything they call him and say, okay, this and this, you say, Feyi, go and check out to do it. Go and check out. It was so lazy that appraisers, your supervisors are supposed to do your appraisers for you. He will log on for me with his right. He will ask me to sit down and then appraise my own seniors in his capacity. Like, he's no longer there. You can be sure that he was actually sacked eventually, sorry to say. He was laid off. So, but you know, I had a colleague that would always complain about his lazy attitude. Say, I cannot be doing his job for him now. But because I was the youngest in that unit, even if I wanted to rake, I couldn't rake because I was the youngest. So I would just do it. But as I was doing all those jobs for him, I was actually learning. He helped me because I became a guru. If you know what they call a guru, I actually became a guru eventually. That I had to now start, teaching other people. Oh, this is how you do this. Well, I learned. I was teachable. I did all of that. So, and that has actually helped me in my career. That even my bosses, if they need solutions, they will still call me. Feyi, what do you think? How do we do this? So it's because I actually open to learn. And like I've just told you too, that I also learn from the Gen Z people now. If I need to work on files on the system, they know how to do it. So how do you do this? Commands. Hey, this. I'm trying to learn, but like I'm not actually getting it yet, but I'm learning. So if you want to grow, you have to learn. You have to learn. Okay, so I need us to know that your career growth is something that you will have to start small. I want us to do away with this mentality of a blow. It's a growth. How scary will it be if just today that Adewa is like that, and then tomorrow Adewa is already walking in like Kokoluwa? All of us will run away like, what happened? What kind of spurious growth is this? So, but that's the kind of growth we want when it comes to our career, when it comes to, making money. We don't want it to be stepwise. So career growth, note that it is stepwise. And you have to start small. You start small, but you can actually think big. You must not remain small. You must also be a solution provider, a problem solver. If you have to grow, what do you have to offer people? What can you do? Why should I consider you? Why should I see that Genesis? Please give me that Genesis 41 again. if Joseph was not considered by Pharaoh, do we have people that were already prepared? Do we have people that were already prepared for the task that was about to be given? See, that opportunity just comes. So let me announce to us, you see, next year, there will be several opportunities. God will open several doors. But you see, people that will be able to benefit from those open doors are the people that are prepared. People that are wise for themselves. That's what will happen as we go into that year. Okay, so Genesis, I just want us to take us through that again and then see how that opportunity just came. And then Pharaoh began sourcing for Kini. You're looking for a job. Your CV is not ready. Okay, so the other day there was an opening. There was an opening in my office too. So I told somebody, oh yeah, send your CV. I said, man, CV me oti ready. CV me oti ready. Okay, this person tó sọ pé CV òun oti ready has told me pé òun wáṣẹ́ o. So I told the person, oh yeah, quickly do the CV. So, of course, because the CV was done in a rush, she omitted some things that are very important. She left out date of birth, her grade. Her grade. Usually, once you don't put those details, they will just put it aside. When I didn't hear any feedback from them, I called them in HR. Please, I forwarded somebody's CV to you when you people said we should forward CV. The person did not receive any information from you people. And then said, okay, what's the person's name? And then they checked. And they said, that CV was not okay. For instance, we were looking for the person's age. Age is a big deal in my office because there's an age limit that you have to be before you can come in. So said, the age was not there, the grade. I don't know why some people will do CV and then you will not put your grade. Like, why? Why? You put your grade now. Let them, if they want to take you, they will take you. If they don't want to take you, they will not take you. So they said, and of course they had other CVs that they had to consider. That was how I lost the opportunity. Abi, that was how that person lost the opportunity. No be me. That was how the person lost the opportunity. So how can you not be prepared? Even when opportunities are here. Only let's see, as Pharaoh was looking out for a man, that's how people are still looking out for people. Do you know? People are still searching for who to fix, who to put here, who to fix here. There is this lookout. The lookout is there every day. But people are not prepared. People are not prepared to take up that opportunity. He said, look out a man. See the qualification, discreet. So the things that will show that you are discreet this year are the things that we have been talking about. You are prepared, you set clear goals, you're open to learning, you acquire skills, and then you are wise. Thank God you are taking the wisdom part now by attending this seminar. And that's a good one. It's a beautiful one. So, look out for a man, and set him. So, there is a search for people that will be set. There is a search for people that will be set over. That will be set over. But please, can you ask your neighbor, are you prepared to be set over? How prepared are you? Let me tell you that things are happening for people. A young lady, the mom just approached me recently Ordinarily, I would have, I would have held back. But when I saw the preparedness of the young lady, first of all, she graduated with a first class. I was wowed. She graduated with a first class. She has finished her master's in UI. And she's just 21 years. You're shocked? When the mom told me her age, I didn't believe it. I was like, how? How did she do it? So the mom said, Joe, te baba wari. Just recently, this December, te baba wari any hope ni lọ́dọ̀ yín, please so. I contacted HR and they told me that they are closed for the year, that they are not doing again. Do you know I had to market that lady to them? I said, you don't want to miss this young, brilliant mind. I said, she graduated with a first class. She has finished her master's. And she will just be 22 in February. So as we speak now, she's still 21. She will just be, because I had to tell the mom, are you sure? In short, I spoke with the girl. Come on, mommy, age. So I had to tell. So the lady in HR too was, open like me and said, oh, really, ma? Okay, send a CV. And I sent it. They've not called her because it's just this December. But see what I'm talking about. That opportunities will just come. The mom is a customer. Me, it's just a customer that comes to my branch and then says, okay, omo. And then when the omo finished from Babcock University, she actually finished from Babcock, say, omo yin ti pari o, first class lo ti ẹ ni o. They even gave me jota of her convocation. Wọ́n wá fún mi jota. So no more than, and just that. And you can be sure that if she does not hear anything, I'm going to pressure them in HR. That omota josonko. You people, FMEC brain, I could market her proudly. So, and they even told me that there's no, I want to close for the year. I still pressed. Not to talk of other opportunities that will just be here. And opportunities, but my Christian brothers and sisters, they are not prepared to take those opportunities. So I need you to do better this year as we go into 2026. And let's see how God will help us to grow our career. So my advice for us again is, make sure you invest in yourself. Be wise for yourself. Read books. If you have not made up your mind that this is the course I want to take, there are books that you can read that will add life to you, that will add life to your years. You can read books. You can read books, and that will not cost you anything. You can, dedicate yourself and say, how many hours do I use on my phone? Instead of pressing my phone for this sole number of hours, you can fast from your phone. One of my sisters was telling me one day that she was fasting from her phone. Beautiful. You can drop the phone and take up a book and read. 2026 must make sense. And it starts by being intentional about it. Enough of time wastage on your phone. Please, this generation. Please. Pray, plan, and work hard. Success does not come easy. Success is not just, I slept, I woke up, and then I am made. Success is work. Work hard. Don't be laid back. Don't be lazy. Don't be full of excuses every time. Excuses why things are not working. There's no time I think this class should end by 6:30, right? It's 6:30, I saw in the manual, and you have not advised me otherwise. I should round up. Eh? Okay, so I'll round up now. So I want us to know that your generation has more opportunities than any before it. You know, you agree with me. There are many opportunities. Don't worry, I'm rounding up already. But as you have more opportunities, you also have more distractions. Do I have a witness? So, can we discuss some of those distractions of this generation? What are the distractions? Phone and social media. You said pressure. Pressure from the Yahoo boys. Societal pressure. Pressure Tiwagon. The profit. How? I don't understand that. Okay, so like the focus on monetary gain, like it has to be instant, sudden wealth. Ọlọ́run òjijì ṣe tèmi náà. But you know, growth does not happen like that. That's why I gave us an example of a child that is giving birth to. Growth is stepwise. And so anything that makes sense is stepwise. Is stepwise. So decide today to be intentional, to be disciplined, to be patient. Don't let me forget patience. This generation, learn patience too. Patience is one of the skills that you have to learn. Learn patience. Don't rush into marriages that are not ordained by God. Learn patience. You cannot grow in your career when you marry wrongly. See, okay, I know them. So what will happen is you will leave the guy eventually. And then you will not be using your career as your comfort. That's what happens. Once you marry wrong, and then you want to go, wàhálà àkọ́kọ́ wà ń gba career náà, ó máa kọ́kọ́ destabilize. But when you try to say, mi ti send bobo yẹn mọ́, I want to leave, and then everything you now pour it on your job, and then there will still be frustration. So please, I need us to be intentional, be disciplined, be patient, and then be excellent. Be excellent too. Why do we like to do things shabbily? We just want to touch and go, touch and go. There's no excellence in what we do. How do you turn in your project and 70% is saying that you copied another person's work? How? Be excellent in what you do. And God gives the spirit of excellence. Your Father in heaven is excellent. Why shouldn't you be? So, growth is possible. Growth is achievable. Growth is the children's meat. So, I need us to actually grow in our career as we go into 2026. May the Lord help us. Please be wise for yourself.
You think I will not ask you to clap for my wife? Thank you. My sisters, please, don't marry a brother that is threatened by your growth. A brother that is not comfortable that you are going to school and is going to school. Report them to me. Let me know them. You say? If he's not going and he doesn't want you to go, then you know you are in trouble. If he doesn't want you to go, please, I'm particularly my sisters. There are cultural men. It can't be any. There can't be men in Men of Purpose or True Tree Assembly or RPF or which other system do we have here. They can't be around us. They know. Pastor Dayo is doing his masters, Abi. He's doing his masters currently. I know Abi is doing his masters currently. So me, my 15 job. I've just finished my own. I've not made up my mind anyway about PhD. I'm not I've not made up my mind about PhD. OTRM. I will encourage Ayolua to take it off from there. At least not here. For now, I want to rest from. I'll be taking up some other qualifications and all that. I mean, can be chartered in other things and all that. But particularly my sisters, any brother that is not happy that you are growing cannot be a blessing to your future. Your husband must be happy that see my wife. You know, one day I walked into my wife's office. No, I mean somebody that cooks amala for you, and then you walk into the office and everybody was like, Who are you? Who are they calling? Is that my wife? Amala Luma. I was, I felt, so everybody was like, is this your husband? Daddy. I said, no. And I do not believe that a man is successful if his wife has failed. It should be a shame on a man that he marries a woman. My wedding with my wife is 17 years. And if time I take her to her house, it was the way I brought her that she is. It's a shame on me. That's why I tell, no, of course, you can't live in my house and you are not growing. We will fight or you leave. Under my roof, because I tell my people, say, it is a minimum. They will have, they say, I thought one person was staying with me sometime. I said, you have to go to school. He said, sir, me need talent for school. I said, God fire that talent out of your life. In this household, I will impart the talent. I said, it's not about that, sir. I said, okay, what do you want to do? Provision. I said, what do they call provision? Want to be selling sachet of Ovaltine. What do you call it? Milo. Hey, God bless you for that one. Worobo. Want to be selling? I said, in my house, Worobo. God forbid, party. I said, in the next 5 years, your parents will curse me. 5 years, not doing. So, my sisters, I will ask about your brother. You don't need to bring them. If you don't want me to ask, don't bring them. I promise you, I won't be offended. I'm not looking for information. The ones I have not processed them. So if you are not bringing your information, I'm not interested. Though. If you are not led, please keep it. But if you bring a brother that is not happy, that his sister is flying. If I went to preach for my friend one day in Port Harcourt. And when we were going, when the wife was dragging, he just told me that, so we have to leave the car for the wife and the children. We took Okada. Because he said, in their place, if you go to Port Harcourt, those of you who have been into guys don't even drive big cars. Their pride is that they should be on bike and say, now my wife, they drive SUV, so they are so happy that their wives are greater than them. I don't know where some brothers see it. That you are threatening your wife is growing. We will bind that brother. Bind him. And my sister, a man is not an ATM. Some of you are cultured to be embalmed in marriage. The way you are cultured is to be embalmed. You are not smelling, but you are not living. How? So how will you now and then your husband is doing his career is on steroids, is growing. He can't engage you. They can't have critical thing to talk about, and he will remember. Let me ask my wife. And he says he doesn't tell me. I only tell you things because when they are discussing statistics, you will be bringing Ankara. How? Who talks? So he's discussing at 7 by 7. You are thinking about 1 or 2 by 2. How does it? It will not be. You won't be able to engage intellectually because you are growing apart. This 2026, those of you who are close to me, we are entering the same Shokoto. I want to see your plan for growth in your career. If you don't have it, I will delist you from my contact and sphere of influence. Because your future will abuse me. And I will not want to wait until then. The Lord will bless us. And don't tell me it's because of baby. It's because of our daddy. Your husband cannot stop you. And my daddies too. Please, let's step up. Let's step up our game. We have dwelt enough on this mountain. It's time to advance. Advance. Go easy. It's not easy. There is no good time. There's no good time. And that's why you have to have good support system. Somebody asked me, I said, Pastor Bahuleshi. I said, I don't know. I just know that I have a good support system around me. I have a wife that will tell me, maybe do this thing, push. Okay. And I have my brother who will come. You have to do it. At a point, I abandoned my project. I abandoned for 4 months. And my brother will call me and say, why? Try. Some of my babies will come and say, Pastor, try. One of them took it upon herself. Said, Pastor, we'll do it together. My wife will say, okay, what do you want? What do you want I buy? Because when you have good support system, you have people that you are not advancing and they are comfortable with you. You are in the wrong setting. If I stop it, some people, they will fire my bones. I can't be comfortable around them. Because once I've said I've started, they will be dating me. When will you finish? Some of you are around people that you will tell them, say, well, those are undertakers. You told somebody I've stopped going to school, and the person said, well, those are people you should run from in 2026. They are the enemies of your future. You don't tell somebody and say, stop, kill your laziness there. Oh, let's go. Those are people you should be talking to. He that walks with the wise shall be wise himself. Pastor Dayo should tell me, Abe should tell me now that he has stopped his mask. Wait, Father, I don't see department one way. How will you teach the people of God? How will you teach? We will get there. The wisdom of God, we will imbibe it by fire, by force. Some of you, I'm going to get form for you. I will get form. I will now ask you to feel it. So be ready. Some of you, as we're sitting there, I was remembering some of you that, you can form, believe. Man, look, form for some of you. When you finish, if you don't have money for the form, I will get it. But that you will not go to school here. A lot sooner. If you don't have talent for school, before we finish Rivers of Life, we will pray for talent for school. You will be talented in the name of Jesus. Please let me celebrate my wife again. No. Thank you. I remember when she got the job in 2005, May 15, Abby. May 10, 2005. So at that time, I think I was teaching. No, I've not even gotten a job that time. I was still trusting God. And then I said, okay, let's push. And I remember many times I would drive out for trainings in Lagos. We'll be coming together in the night, 9:30 p.m. I'll tell her, should we go? She said, let's go. One day we were pregnant. I think we were pregnant with Ayoluwa one time. We left Lagos around 7:30 p.m. We got home to 1 a.m. Went for training. My wife has done training. If I count, it will be more than 50. You left school 10 years ago. You have never stepped back to school. Say, I'm a new one. Say you. Then your children will now be asking you, mommy, simple question. And mama karamo. Because there's nothing in mommy's head again. For footing. And these children are very, very sophisticated. If you are not by 5 years old, some of us are no longer relevant in our children's life. Talk more when they now enter university. Your child enters university, cannot remember to ask mommy question or ask daddy question. It's shameful. Shameful. Omo to be. O to bad. No. Alpha. This guy, I know the rate is growing. I said, this guy, praise God. You know, I came from a background. My father has his master's degree at 50-something years. Master's degree. And not in University of Ibadan. So, and so when we say these things, it looks like we are talking about something that's very difficult to do. It's not difficult. You just need to set your heart to seek. Who was saying that in the Bible? The Bible says somebody set his heart to seek the Lord, the law of the Lord. I think that was Ezra. That was Ezra. Eh? Is it Ezra? Yes. Sir? Ezra. You have even to seek the Lord your God, you have to set your heart to seek him. Mama Bereo, from every quarter, where we have you gone? So that by 2026, it will be said that we have conquered our inertia and we will get there. I said we will get there. In Jesus' name. Have you been blessed? Do you have questions for tomorrow? Anyway, please write your questions and see my sister or my brothers. See any of them. And if you want to have any personal whatever with our facilitator, you can see her after the service. But growth is a compulsory diet. We must grow. Tomorrow we are going to have a talk on mental health. Somebody told me, he said, Pastor, and really, if you go to this, thank God that we are, see, those people who are saying, come on, church. You don't know that those are the things that are saving your. Some of us would have lost some boats. Praise God. But we are going to be dealing with mental health, especially emotional stability. Is also, sir? Emotional stability. Emotional stability. We are going to learn about emotional stability in our mental health. As we take care of the spirit, the body, we are going to take care of the soul too, so that we will be in alignment. Everything will be. Some of us are not taking care of our minds. Some of you are having PTSDs and you don't know. You think you are just aggressive. It's not just you're aggressive. It's a mental issue. Some of you will just be angry for no reason. And say, why are you? And before you know it, and say, kilo shele. Say, so it's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. So, and then to now tell lies, now say, if I use a sister, you know what they will tell lies about? Say, once it's my mood swing, which mood swing? With the Holy Spirit. And some brothers, talk about it low by. Anything, go by. Why? It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I know pressure to what? One of my sisters said pressure. I know pressure, but you see, have shock absorber. Have shock absorber. So that you not wake up one day. If you see people who are killing their spouses, it's mental health too. How can you kill your spouse if you are normal? And some of them are professionals. Do you read the news recently? A girl, what's the name of this girl from Aliru? Killed as stabbed. Went to the room, took knife, and stabbed her husband to death 9 times. How did they start? Unresolved emotional issues. Just keep quiet. And then the thing begin to go to the head. And you see them in church. You see them on the streets. You see them everywhere. And in the nature meaning, nature coming here, you have been denatured. Something has gone wrong with you. How can you be redeemed by the Holy Spirit and your nature is koto farake? No. So let's learn emotional stability, mental health, so that attaching by in the spirit, we'll be getting it in the body, we'll be balancing it in the mind. The Lord will help us. I know a sister that his brother ran away because of skum. And it's not normal, she's just this kind of person that if you offend her, she will tell you, I don't forgive you. She doesn't forgive. She will tell you, I don't forgive. Some will not say it, but that's their life. Do you think it's normal? You think it's normal to always remember faults and you don't remember blessings? It's a mental disorder. God will help us. Shall we rise to our feet? I don't come and take the... Do we have announcement? Is there any special announcement? None. Please, shall we rise to our feet? You will be served food now, so that we talk.